We need a drawer to switch between our orders screen and our products screen here, our products overview screen. And I want to use the same drawer in both widgets. Therefore, I'll add a new widget, which I'll name app_drawer. But of course, you can name this however you want. In there, I'll have a stateless widget, app drawer. And as always, import material.dart. Now, it's totally up to you how you build that drawer. It typically should use the drawer widget, though, with which Flutter ships, because that gives you the general look and the background, the overlay effect, and so on. So that is something you should use. But what you have in there, that's totally up to you. Now, here I'll add a column with a couple of children, a couple of child widgets. And one thing I will add here, which we haven't done before, and therefore it's absolutely no problem if you didn't do that. There is no way you could have known that. I will add an app bar in here. You could also build your own complex container, as we did it in the navigation section. But to save some time, I'll add an app bar in here with a title where I say, hello, friend, whatever you want. And important, I'll add automatically imply leading and set this to false. What this does is simply it means it will never add a back button here, because that wouldn't work in here, and therefore it should never display one. Even if it thinks that you can go back, it shouldn't show one. So that's the topmost widget in my column here. Below that, I'll add a divider, this nice little horizontal line, and then add a list tile, which is an entry in that drawer. The first list tile will get a leading element or a leading widget, which is an icon widget with the icon of the shop icon here, because it should lead us back to our products overview page. So here I'll add a title of shop, because that is indeed where we will go. Now, on tapping this, I want to use my navigator and indeed go back to the root route, which is just / if you remember. Push replacement named is correct then. So I just want to go back to the root route to my home page, so to say. Now I'll repeat that pattern of having a divider and a list tile, and the second list tile here actually gets a payment icon, because that should take me to my orders. So there I'll say orders, and that will go to, well, to a new name which we have to add to the orders screen. So on the orders screen there, we can add a static const route name, which could be just /orders, for example. As always, this name is totally up to you. But now assigning this name here in the orders screen allows us to use it here when we push to it. And of course, for that, we have to register it here in the main Dart file too. So let's start with registering this. Let's import that screen from the screens folder, the orders screen. And now in the routes table, in our main Dart file there, we can use the orders screen route name as the key. And then here we'll build that orders screen like this. And we can also now use it in the drawer. So in the drawer, indeed, I now want to import from the screens folder my orders screen so that I can use its route name here. So when I want to push to it, here I use orders screen.route name. So this is it. This is what I want to add to the drawer for now. Yours very likely looks totally different, but that's fine too, of course. And now let's use the drawer. That's the interesting part, of course, in the products overview screen and in the orders screen. In the products overview screen, here we have the app bar, and below the app bar, before the body maybe, but the order doesn't matter here, I add my order and I refer to my app drawer, which is that new widget I worked on, which you have to import here therefore. Now my IDE added it, but not in the way I want that. So let me use a relative path there, go to the widgets folder and import app drawer. And with that imported, we got it here. Let's do the same in the orders screen. There on the orders screen, I also want to add the drawer here. And for that, add an import to this newly added widget, the app drawer Dart file here in the orders screen so that we can render it here. With that, if we do a full refresh, we see that drawer icon here, and we can go to orders. We can go back to the shop. And if I now add items here to the cart and I click order now, if I then go to my orders, indeed, here I see information about that order. I can now also expand this, but this doesn't work yet. So this is the next piece of functionality I want to add, of course. And I also want to add some slashes here in the date. Let me actually do that first real quick. In the order item here, add slashes like this. And you can also switch month and day if that's more convenient to you, of course.